Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rockerdad with more Undecember tips video. In this video, we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk about the Chaos Dungeons, Chaos cards, Chaos statues, the daily missions, the compendium, a lot of stuff, and some tips in the end of the video as well. So I have timestamps in the description to help you guys find the information that you need. You can come back to the video and then just check the specific information in case you forgot anything. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you do, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Now, as a reminder, we do have a community. We have a Discord server. The link is in the description for you guys to join. The link expires after 7 days, so if you try to join and the link's not working, just post it on the comments. I read all my comments, and if the link is not working, I'll just create a new link for you. So we have a community here for both Portuguese speaking people, I'm Brazilian, and English speaking audiences as well. So you can find people that to talk with. We have all my guides here for you as well. We have an ask for help section, so if you have any trouble with any game mechanics, or if you're having trouble killing bosses, just come here, go to the ask for help, and the community will help you out. We have voice chats, and if you have a guild and if you want to put your guild inside our Discord server so you can recruit members from our community, I can create also a guild channel for you guys. So just join our Discord server. It's a good place, a safe place for you to hang out and meet other people, and just chat and hang out while playing Undecember or any other games for that matter. So without further ado, let's talk about Undecember. Let's go to Chaos cards. So Chaos cards, they just like any piece of gear, they have different grades of rarity. You have normal, magic, you have rare, then you have unique, and you have legendary. So very different rarities here. And we have also tiers. We have tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know what's the maximum tier, but the thing is, the higher the rarity of the card and the higher the tier of the card, the more difficult the Chaos Dungeon will be, but also more rewarding it will be, both in experience points for the statue and for your character, as well as the drops. The loot will be better. So you don't really need to identify the cards before doing a dungeon. That's a mistake that I used to do in the beginning. I thought if I didn't identify the card, then I wouldn't get the reward. But that's not necessary. Like when you identify a card, like this one is identified, then you have all the options for the dungeon creation. So this is like the dungeon creation guide. It tells you everything that is going to be applied when creating that dungeon, like all the debuffs that you get, and all the buffs that the monsters will get, the card rewards and stuff like that. Now, if you don't identify the card, the only thing that happens is that you will not have previous information about the dungeon, but as soon as you enter the dungeon, everything will be displayed to you. So there is no need to identify cards. Now, why would you identify a card? Well, it's important to identify a card if you want to increase the level of the card. Yes, you can increase the level of a card. Like this one here is level 7. This is the tier number and this is the level number. This one here is level 6. So how can you increase the level of a card? Well, you go here to this tab on the right, it's scale card growth. To increase the level of a card, you need to identify it first. Like if I try to add this one here, unidentified chaos cards cannot be registered, so you have to identify one. I have one already identified for this video, so it's a level 0. How can I increase the level? Well, right here, these tabs here, we have two options to do that. One is darkness energy. We can just put darkness energy here, and then with 13 darkness energies, we can increase this card to level 6. The maximum level you can increase a card is the same as the tier of the card, so a tier 6 card can be increased all the way up to level 6 and no more than that. You can use the dark energy, or you can use other cards. Like if you have like some trash cards like these, you can use them as food to increase the level of your card. Now, if you increase 2 levels, then the monsters will also increase 2 levels. So if you increase 3 levels, 4 levels, the monsters will increase 4 levels. So the more levels that you add to the card, the more difficult the dungeon becomes, but you also get increase in rewards as well. Um, Now your statue, it increases in level also. Not only your character, your statue will increase in level. The higher the level of your statue, the better the loot, the more dangerous the dungeons become. But you want to increase those levels. You want to do more and more dangerous and higher tier dungeons. Now, sometimes when you increase the level of your statue, you just have to get to 100% and press the level up. But sometimes to level up the statue, you have to go first to have a trial chaos. So trial chaos, you fight a boss, you have to kill that boss, and if you do, then you receive these rewards, and just then after killing the boss, that your statue will go up a level. Now, here we can see every time we put a card here, we will see the statue experience efficiency and the clear bonus character experience. The better the card, the higher the bonuses, like these levels, tier 6 rare card. And if I put a tier 7 magic card, you can see that it drops. So try to play with as high a level card as possible always, because that will allow you to evolve in the game faster. Now you might be thinking, well, what if I save my rare cards? Don't need to save your rare cards, because every time, how do you think that I have so many cards? Every time you use one card and you do a dungeon, you get multiple cards as reward. Almost always you will use one card, and then after you finish the dungeon you get multiple cards. So don't worry about saving cards, just use them. Now, we also have here chaos level reward, because not only you have a level of the statue, you also have the level of the chaos. And the level of the chaos, it can be as high as the level of the statue, but you can decrease it. So decreasing the level of the chaos will limit the tier limit of the card that you can use, and it will also influence the chaos level rewards. Of course, you will always want to play with as high a level of chaos as possible, because that will give you more rewards, although it will make monsters more strong. So there's that, but I trust you can kill those monsters. Now, another thing we can do with chaos cards is that we can also synthesize chaos cards. We go to the alchemy table, and then we go here to synthesis, and we go to chaos cards. And there are two kinds of synthesis that we can do with chaos cards. One is we can increase rarity of chaos cards. We can, for instance, we can get like 3 tier 7 common cards, normal cards, and we can synthesize them, and they become one tier 7 magic card. All right, so you can increase rarity of cards. We have so many cards that don't worry about it. Don't feel, oh my god, I'll be trading 3 for 1. You will not be able to use all your cards, because like I said, they multiply like rabbits. Okay, so another thing that you can do with your synthesis, instead of increasing rarity, you can increase tier. So let's take here, for instance, tier 2 cards. So you can use 4 cards of the same tier, and then you get one of the next tier. As you can see here, card can synthesize chaos cards to obtain a new card tier increases by 1, so you get one tier 3 blue card. Okay, again, that you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna trade 4 cards for 1. Well, you have so many cards, dude. That what are you gonna do with tier 2 cards? Just so you can understand, those low tier cards, they're not that great. The higher your statue, your chaos statue level, the less important those lower tier cards are. Like if I try to put a tier 2 card here, I'm unable to receive statue XP because my statue is already level 13. So those tier 2 cards, there's like almost a waste of time. If I try to put a tier 3, also no XP. No, it starts giving me XP, and it's a low XP at tier 4. And the higher I go, and almost level 14, the higher I need tier cards to get a good amount of XP. So There is no need to be saving these. Just put a tier 7 here. You get 110% statue XP and 100% XP for your character. All right. So another thing that you need to understand when you're playing at least rare rarity cards, this does not happen with magic cards. Magic cards will give you, let me get one here that I have identified. This one? Yes, this one. So you see, when you identify, like I said, you get all the information about the creation of the dungeon. But see, magic cards, they don't have missions. Magic cards and normal cards, they don't have missions. But the rare cards, they do. And the good thing about missions is that you have extra rewards when you do missions. So that's another reason for you to do rare cards instead of magic ones and normal ones. Try as much as possible do rare cards because you get more out of your time. Um, mission rewards. You have a mission rewards for the host. The host is the person creating the dungeon. Now, if you play in a party, you get also a party reward. So if you make dungeons with a group, it's always best because of course the dungeon will be more difficult because it will be adjusted for more players, but that adjustment will mean that there's a lot more experience points to be gained because there will be more monsters and they will be tougher. So a tougher dungeon means more loot, more experience points. So it's always good to be making those. At least I love to do chaos dungeons with a party. Not only because I get more loot, I get more experience points, but also because I get more rewards from the mission. Now, one thing you need to note about this is a little tip. I'm already giving you the first tip of this video. When you're playing in a party, different players will have different statue levels. Now, suppose I'm partying with you. Okay, we're going to do a chaos dungeon together, and I have a level 13 statue, but you have a level 11 statue. Now, if I create the chaos dungeon, you won't be able to join because you are at a level 11. You are at a lower level, so you will not be able to join. Now, there is a way for you to join Michael's dungeon, even though my statue is at level 13 and yours is at level 11. And you can just adjust the kills level settings. So if I reduce the kills level settings to 11, then I can create a kills dungeon, and you, with your level 11 statue, will be able to join it. So this is a little trick that you guys can do, or you can just switch. Instead of myself, the player with the higher statue creating the dungeon, you let the player with the lower scale statue level create the dungeon. Now, just be aware that the difference in character level between players should not be higher than 7 levels, because then there's a huge penalty for the lower level player, because the game identifies that you are carrying a weaker player, and then there is a heavy penalty on the lower level player. So try to play in a party with a difference of level between the higher and the lower level, no more than 7. Now, we have, besides increasing the level of a card, another thing that we can do is we can add the kill stones. So God's resonance stones can be added to a dungeon. What does that do is the dungeon, of course, will be more difficult. You will notice that there will be differences, visible differences on the ground. The dungeon will be modified. And there will be a second boss. Now, the dungeons, they have their normal bosses. Now, this when you open a Chaos dungeon with a God's Resonance Stone, there will be a second boss in that dungeon. When you kill that second boss, you will get a purple item. Like this one here, this hammer. Now this hammer you see here, you must have already seen items like this. They have extra fixed stat, and when you craft them, you get more options of affixes and suffixes. Like in the case of this hammer, it has one more prefix. Prefixes and suffixes. So the prefix is very, very good. It's a physical damage amplification. And 1, 2, 3, 4 extra suffixes. So those are very good. You want to have those purple items as much as possible, good purple items in your build, because in your character, because it will increase your DPS, it will increase your resistance, it will make your character stronger. So one way of acquiring those purple items is doing Chaos Dungeons with God's Resonance Stone as a modifier. Now, what else can we talk about here? Let's talk about daily missions. We have covered Chaos Dungeons. Let's talk about daily missions. Now, every day you have 9 options of missions here. You can only do 7 at most. After you select you do 5 missions, what's gonna happen is, like, I have done 5, right? Most of the times when you are doing a case dungeon, we're doing daily missions, you get these kind of missions that you have to clear the area 2 times. So that means you will do 2 chaos dungeons. After you clear 10 dungeons, you will be allowed to get a 6th mission. So you'll be able to get your 6th mission. So that's what I did here. I cleared 10 dungeons, and now I am able to get another one. And after you finish that mission, you'll be stuck again. You will not be able to get more missions until you clear 20 dungeons. And after you clear 20 dungeons, additional opportunities can be obtained by clearing more chaos dungeons. So after you clear 20 dungeons, then you'll be able to get your 7th mission of the day, and that's the most that you will be able to get. Now, here's another tip for you guys. I really like the guild shop, because at the guild shop you can get some very good items. So what I like to do is sorry, not this window, this one. What I like to do is I like to get as many guild tokens as possible. So what I do is you can refresh your daily missions, and you can refresh rewards. So you can refresh both the rewards inside and the rewards outside. And I always try to get at least one of the daily missions with 2 guild tokens, and 2 guild tokens outside. So I can get like 4 guild tokens every day, and each guild token will give you each guild token will give you 200 guild coins, and you can then use those coins to in the guild shop, and they're quite useful for crafting new skill runes and new link runes. Okay, so another thing that you can do with daily missions is you can only get 7, right? And depending on which ones you get 4, and you'll not be able to get the other 4 from the outside. But there's a way to get 5 rewards from the outside, and that is if you get the diagonal here and this diagonal here, then you get this one and this one. Now, if you get this line in the middle, since you just crossed, you made an X here. When you cross the line in the middle, that means you finish this column, you finish this column, and you finish this line. So you get the diagonals, you get the columns, and then you get this line. Then you get 5. That's the most you can get. Now, as good as that is, I will always prefer that is to choose, instead of quantity, I would go with quality. But if you can combine both, that's even better. Now, you can also check here your own cards when you are doing a certain mission. Before you choose the mission that you're doing, just check if you have enough cards to complete it. Let's just say that I want to do this line here, and I want to start with Caspol. But I don't have any cards for Caspol. I can do other missions, because, like I said, you use 1 chaos card and you get a bunch of cards every time. No, not a bunch, but multiple cards every time you finish a dungeon. So if you don't have Caspol, you can just do other missions first and hope that you can get Caspol cards. Now, let's assume that you didn't get any Caspol cards, and you need to do Caspol because it's important for you, because you want the reward from that line or whatever. Then you can can come here to the peddler and you can buy those Caspol cards. Here you have all the available cards, and you can just choose the ones that you want, so you don't miss out on any of the daily missions. Okay, those cards that you buy, they are like normal cards, tier 1, so it's just like a plan B, but it will allow you to finish your daily missions. Now, what else can we say here? Let's go to Compendium. Now, Compendium, it's a lot of stuff here. We have all these regions here, and they have two names because one of the names is the name of the region. I also believe it's the name of the zodiac, and the other name, I believe, is the name of the god of that zodiac. So these like the zodiac afros with the god Alisa, and so on and so forth. And for each region, for each god, you have 5 maps. Okay, now. This is important. The compendium is directly linked to your charms. Depending on the build that you're playing with, the character build, you will focus on certain charms. Myself, I'm playing Toxic Flame, so my goal is to make all Vesper charms, because then I'll be able to accumulate these percentages here, and I'll try to reach one day 140%, so I can get 35% poison damage amplification. Another one that is good for me, I don't have it here, um, is Castor. Castor is also good for me, but preferably Vesper. Now, Castor and Vesper are good for me, so that means that I want to do as much as possible. I want to do Vesper, and as much as possible, I want to do Castor. So what that means is when you're doing a Vesper card, like in the case here, or Themis card, it will drop Vesper charms. If I do Caspol cards, it will drop Castor charms. So you want to focus as much as possible on the type of cards that will drop the charms that you need for your build. Now, that's one strategy. Now, another strategy is this. You see here that my Artemis region is level 12. That's because it adds all the levels from the maps that I have. Like I have Deadly Poisons at level 8, Spider level 1, Maggot level 1, Decay level 1, Plague level 1. So it adds this in the regions at level 12. Sorry. Now, the higher the level, we end up unlocking more bonuses. Right now at level 1, I have unlocked 5% rune growth material drop chance in all of these maps. Now, when you put a map at level 1, you are already unlocked 2 of the 3 bonuses that the map can have, and I really think that one of the best bonuses, at least until your Chaos statue is at a high level, is a statue XP. So what I'm trying to do here, and you can take this as a tip or not, and I've just started doing this, is increasing, giving 1 level to all maps, because as much as I will try to play a lot of Artemis maps, realistically I will be playing all the maps, because I don't have control over which maps will show in the daily missions. So, and as you could see, we're gonna do like, if you wanna do 7 daily missions, you have to clear at least 20 maps. So we're gonna be doing a lot of maps every day, and they're gonna be varying regions. So if you just put 1 level in each map, that will increase your chances of getting extra. It's not a chance, you get more statue XP because you are evenly upgrading to level 1 all the maps, and then you can also get like Puru encounters. So I like this combo, and I'm trying to spread this to all my maps. I'm gonna do this. Like here in Castor, this one is almost at level 1. Do I have enough here? Yeah, I have enough here. So minimum, no, this here. There, level 1. So it's a level 1, and I'm gonna get statue XP as the first one. I have to spend those crystals, star crystals, to put it there, and then I'm gonna get Puro Encounter. So I'll be doing this in all maps, in all regions, because I think it's better. And after they are all at level 1, then all regions will also have this bonus here, and then I can focus on Vesper and Caster. We have seen the kill scars, we have seen the statue, we have seen the daily missions, we have seen the compendium. Now let's talk about some tips. Let me open here a dungeon. Like I said, if you open a card without identifying it, and I'm gonna show this to you guys now. As soon as you enter it, all the information is here. Okay, so you get the information from the card. Now, let's assume that you entered a Chaos Dungeon and you forgot to empty your bag. So you kill a few mobs, get some loot, and then your bag is full. First thing you can do is you can open your bag, and then you can go to pet ability, and your pet works as a smithy. You can just disassemble your stuff. So you can, if you have a full bag, just disassemble as much as you can, and then you turn that into essence. Then you will be able to free some rune in your bag. Now, that ability from the pet, it has a 10 minutes cooldown, so you'll not be able to use it again. So if you didn't empty enough before you finish the dungeon, you will be with a full bag again. And what you can do is, before you fight the boss of the dungeon, you see here your return scroll is active, so you can just open a portal, go back to town, then you go to the smithy, to the blacksmith, and you disassemble stuff, put stuff in your storage, make rune in your bag, and then you go back to the dungeon. You can repeat that as many times as you have return scrolls. Now let's just assume that you have done that, you have cleared your bag with the path, with the return scroll, or you maybe don't have the return scroll, and then it's on also a cooldown, and then you go, you clear the dungeon, you kill the boss, but your bag is full again, and you don't have room to get all the loot dropped from the boss. Now don't worry about it, because the portal for the dungeon will remain open even after you kill the boss and you exit the dungeon. The portal for the dungeon will be open, so you can kill the boss, leave the loot on the ground, leave the dungeon, go to the blacksmith, disassemble your items, put whatever in the storage, make rune in your bag, then go back to the chaos dungeon, go to the wherever in the map there is loot that you have not picked up. You can just pick them later after killing the boss. And as a final tip for you guys, before killing the boss, clear the whole dungeon. Do everything. Clear the map. Why? Because if you just as soon as you reach 100% here, you investigate the kills dungeon and you reach 100%, you are already able to open the portal and kill the boss. If you do that before you clear the whole dungeon, you get less experience points, both for your statue and for your character. So if you clear the whole dungeon before you kill the boss, then you will receive a lot more experience points, and your statue will receive more experience points. So don't go straight to the boss. Finish the kills dungeon before you do that. And this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is a little bit long, but like I said, there are timestamps. You can also go to the timestamps to visit the information, the specific information that you're looking for. And I hope this helps you guys, especially if you just arrived to the end game and you're still lost about how to do this part of the content. I hope this video helps you out. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends in the communities that you're part of, and remember, go to our Discord server. You're more than welcome. We'll help you out, and we hope you will be part of the community, and I'll see you next time.